Hey, and welcome back to the ZÁY SHEEN After Hours episode, maybe 2 or 3. I'm lost on track. But yeah, we are here again with Tania Levy, aka Holistic Tania.
Thank you for having me again. Happy to be here.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I'm glad that we're continuing this one.
Yes, much to discuss.
Oh yeah, a lot to discuss. So, what's happening? How you been?
I've been good. Yeah, I don't know how personal we want to get here, but I've been good. I feel like the solo female entrepreneur path is not always easy and it's relatively new for me still, so I'm just
Yeah.
taking it day by day, week by week.
Mhm.
Thankfully, I have some kind of relatively new contacts and like people I'm meeting with that I feel will be beneficial for the growth of my business. So,
Well, that's great. Always networking. And I
yeah.
believe maybe yoga class is also a good place to, kind of build network.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually auditioning tomorrow to teach at a yoga studio in Harlem.
Oh, wow.
Um, so
Good luck.
hopefully thank
Oh,
you.
you will.
What?
You will for sure.
Um, yeah, I think it'll go well. We'll see.
Mhm.
And if that goes well, that will be a nice, kind of regular thing that I can do to connect with the community in person. Um, but anyways, how are you? Enough about me.
I am great, happy as always. Have more than I deserve, and yeah, that's about it. Nothing much. Same
More than
step.
you deserve. I feel
Yeah.
like it should be exactly what you deserve.
Yeah, almost similar.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, 9 to 5, and that's it. You know,
You have a 9 to 5.
I do.
Oh, we've never talked about that.
I don't want to talk about it either. Try to stay away from it.
Does your Do the people watching this, know what that is? Have you shared?
Uh, I mean, I shared that I work in IT department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of cybersecurity and help desk, um,
Mhm.
analyst. But yeah, most of the time we don't talk about myself here. So
Well, I'm curious, and I feel
ah,
like maybe your audience could be curious, so,
maybe.
um,
Yeah, thank you.
I would think so, yeah. But that's good to know. I mean, I totally understand, needing a 9 to 5 to subsidize what you're really passionate about, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the case.
Inshallah, we'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah. As for now,
Inshallah.
it is, the reality. It
Yeah,
hits.
I've been there. Very recently, up until
Yeah.
very recently. So do what you gotta do, my friend.
That's right. So, Miss Tanya, what do you want to talk about?
So today's episode is about mindful movement in a fast-paced world.
Wow. That's a great topic you picked. Very important.
I don't know if I picked it. I wouldn't say I can't take credit for it, but I am looking forward to chatting about it. Um, yeah, so, using movement as medicine for modern stress
Hmm.
is the theme.
That's right. It is. It is. I mean, I've been searching on this topic in a few, and I found some, stats here. If you want to
Okay.
go over that first.
Yeah, please.
I mean, I couldn't find the exact numbers, but large majority of adults report regular stress.
Mhm.
Anxiety rates rising year over year, and especially Gen Z or millennial, the newer generation, younger generation, reporting highest mental strains.
Millennial?
Yeah.
I'm a millennial. Millennials are older than Gen Z.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you
But
can see.
yes, it makes sense. I feel
Oh,
like the
what
millennials
Gen Alpha, right? After Gen Z?
I don't know. That sounds right.
Whatever it is. Okay.
Um, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like anxiety started with millennials. I can attest, I was the first to experience it. Um, no, but yeah, yeah, it's stressful. Times are stressful, and I think, um, older generations had a different type of, like, security in their life plan in terms of, okay, you go to college or you go to school, you get a job, you work that job,
Uh,
you have that security, you can pay your bills, you can pay off your student loan if you have it. Um, because back then college wasn't as expensive as it is now. Um, and then yeah, like newer, younger generations have to deal with all of the financial burdens and then also just seeing what's going on in the world right now, like very transparently, everything's shown on social
yeah.
media. So it makes sense.
Dude,
I mean, those are just a couple
I don't even know should I save something for my future because
because we might not make it then there.
yeah.
We might not make it another 5, 10 years. No.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe that's people's mentality. I think it's also there's also a level of um like education that's needed around the financials and how to save money and all those
Mhm.
things that isn't taught in school. And it's like those who have money know what to do with it, and those who don't have money um spend. I don't know. I don't want to make broad generalizations,
So
but
let me ask you this. So I'm on Google right now. The latest latest study found on Google. What do you think the highest stake of stress people have these days, especially the new generation?
like the cause of stress,
Yeah, the cause.
is it money? No. No. Wait, cause of stress. Cause of stress. Give me some options. Can you give me
Okay.
like a multiple
Okay.
choice?
I wanted to hear more, but you said it right. Money. The
Oh,
first,
that was it. Oh, I was
the
right.
very first one is high stakes financial insecurity.
Yep. Okay, see, I was right.
You were right.
I shouldn't doubt
So,
myself.
so you were right when you said it started from you, from your generation, millennials.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. If you don't have money to pay your bills and everything's just like things are super expensive nowadays. There's job insecurities, people's trying to enter the workforce after college are like getting laid off because of whatever reason. Um, so yeah, and also like the government isn't helping, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
But this feels like we're a bit off topic. We started with the topic of stress, and now we're on, like,
So
money.
we're
But,
getting the root cause of it. Why are people having stress?
yeah, no, it's good to know.
Mm,
And I personally myself have historically had, what's it called? Like, a negative relationship with money, or like, yeah, I feel and have felt stress with respect to money and having a mindset of lack versus
yeah.
abundance um is huge for that. And that can be across all areas of your life, whether you're thinking of things from a place of lack and like, I don't have enough of this, I need more of this, like I'm insecure, versus an abundance mindset, which is I have everything that I need, I have more than enough, like things will come to me type of thing, you know?
Yeah. What is your actually the financial security mindset. I mean, whatever, I mean, what you have saved would be enough for you for to have, a stable mindset. Okay, I'm out of the danger for some time, or
What would be enough?
yeah, what would be enough for you?
I mean, living in New York City? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. To
Uh,
me, it's not necessarily like having yes, people talk about you should have, you know, enough saved to be able to cover your rent or like monthly costs for like
yeah,
at least 6 months. Like that's kind of generally what people say.
right,
Um, but for me, it's more about seeing the money coming in. Like it's not yes, having that chunk like as backup is great, but for me it's like okay, I'm seeing it flowing in.
right. That's cool. Yeah, most of the people what I search because I'm also in, in my very financial things and I love or to search about it. So it's like 3 to 6 months, your household expenses, save at least. But I also heard that most, like over 70% of the Americans don't have that financial secure.
Yeah, you're literally living paycheck to paycheck, and then you get your paycheck, people don't necessarily think to put things in savings, and even if you do have a savings account, it's very small, the return that you can get on it. So then it's like, okay, do you find a high yield savings? Do you invest in the stock market? Do you get a bond or a CD or like, all of these things that you could be doing with your money,
Right.
um, and people just I don't know, like they cover what they need to cover.
Right. But most of the time, I think when, even though they save some of them, there would always be a big expense coming up.
Yeah,
Once you
that's
save
also
it,
like
yeah, it's like
un
natural. It's like a
yeah,
nature, feels like nature law.
unforeseen life
Mhm.
things, you could have a health emergency, God forbid, or something happen and you need to go like visit family somewhere, spend money
Right.
on the flight and travel.
Exactly. Yeah, so
Um
I don't wanna get into the more financial things because that's not
We've
our
just been
topic,
talking about it this whole
but
time.
yeah, let me just tell you second and the third, then if you wanna talk about this, we'll do, otherwise we'll go with you after this, okay? So the
Okay.
second, because I wanted to share the stats, the
Yeah.
second most, thing is intense social media pressure.
Yeah.
I actually wanna talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
But let me just tell the third thing is it's a political and environmental things.
Right.
So yeah, that's a valid point. The last one, and we can't do much about that. Um,
I
but
mean, we can and we can't. There are different yeah,
yeah, it's very difficult.
right, but I mean,
Right.
that actually relates to social media in my mind because I get a lot of my news from social media.
Hmm.
Um, so if I'm limiting my time on social media, I'm limiting the amount of news that I'm getting, but I'm also yes, I might be less informed, but I might feel more at peace and less
Yeah,
stressed because I'm not like, "Oh, this update, this update, this update," like, this. So, yeah, it's a tough cycle.
that's right. It is. I mean, you do the things, but it has to be in limit. Most of the time.
Right, and that's what's really difficult is I think social media is designed to be addicting, right? Like, it's designed for us to stay on the app. And so personally, literally like this morning, it's a daily battle sometimes where I'm like, okay, I've seen the videos. I know I shouldn't be on my phone first thing in the morning, opening Instagram, but I still do it sometimes. And this morning I'm proud of myself because I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I checked the time, I checked the messages that I got while I was asleep, and then I got out of bed, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna meditate first, and then I will open the app."
Nice.
So, this is my first step as someone who's in this wellness
And at that time, you
space.
texted me too, right?
I did I don't it was probably after I meditated.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I saw a video yesterday which really, like, reinforced it in my mind saying,
Mhm.
this breathwork practitioner, woman that I saw on TikTok actually, speaking of apps, was talking about how, your brain is receiving dopamine or, like, looking for that dopamine hit, like, first thing in the day. So
Right.
whatever you're doing, like, right after you wake up is gonna set your brain's dopamine for the entire day. So if you think about, okay, the first thing I'm doing is going on social media or Instagram, then your brain is gonna be craving that throughout the entire day, which doesn't set you up for success. And now if you just imagine waking up and meditating or waking up and doing breath work, waking up and making yourself a cup of tea,
Yeah.
not on your phone, not looking at screens, like, imagine what a difference that can make in your day. And also in your
Exactly.
anxiety levels too, because it's not just the dopamine of going on Instagram, it's also the anxiety that you can get around, okay, this is the latest news. Okay, like this is, somebody that I'm following and they seem like their life is perfect and my life looks horrible compared to that, like all of these negative
You can
thoughts and things
purely
like
see the difference.
what?
Right. You can purely see the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's honestly about making those decisions for yourself
And
to
also,
yeah.
what I have noticed, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's
In
okay.
the past 2 weeks, what I'm doing is whenever I get into the house, I put my phone on the side,
Mm,
and I don't use my phone until I leave my home.
really?
Yes, it has been 2 weeks now. I could be using phone all day at work because I'm getting paid, I don't mind, but at home, I try not to do so, and I realized that most people, even myself, used to say, "Oh, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time." But since I'm not using my phone, I could see how much time I have to do the things that needs to be done
Literally. Literally.
just
Yeah,
because
no,
I'm
that's
not using my
amazing.
phone.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
I block my
commendable.
time, you know?
You're doing the thing.
Yeah, that's I said, "Yeah, let me try this. Let me," because I was just the water goes up and I said, "No, that's it. Let me try it."
So, how did you decide to do that? Did you come up with that idea yourself, or did somebody share that with you to just put it
Of course, we'll be hearing all the ideas on social media all day, positive
Oh,
and negative, you know?
okay.
But the thing is, we actually take action into that. So I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, but I said, okay, this is the time, now or never. I can't wait more. So let me do this and see what happens. What's the change? So yeah.
I also wanna say in terms of the timing of you doing that within the past 2 weeks, it's really interesting because we had the Chinese Lunar New Year very
Yeah.
recently.
Hmm.
This is being recorded on the 19th of February,
Yeah.
so literally 2
4
days
days ago.
ago.
I think
Uh,
on the 15th, right? It was
it was
Chinese.
the 17th.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, 2
you did.
days ago. So we moved from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse. And so I think for you, what you're based on what you shared just now, it seems like you're shedding the old habits
Huh.
and trying to move forward in a very intentional, deliberate way.
Wow.
So whether you realize that that transition was happening or not, it was in alignment, I believe.
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's I think, now that we've started this year of the fire horse, there's gonna be a lot of, movement and momentum, but also just, like, very, like, keeping it intentional as well. At least that's how I'm choosing to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, like, the weather was a little bit
That's how you did the
warmer.
meditation the first thing in the morning today?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of my morning routine. That's part of my morning routine,
Okay.
but I am trying to, yeah, just be less on social media,
Mhm.
be less on my phone,
Yeah.
and honestly, what you just shared is really inspiring, like, I need to be less on my
Yeah.
phone when I'm in the apartment too.
Yeah, Tanya, don't do much. I mean, I would recommend to do so, but at least do it for 3 days. Try to do
Mm,
at least 3 days and you can see the difference. Because when you're sitting down and you have nothing else to do, what you're gonna be you can't be sitting down like this and just, spend your whole day.
yeah,
You must be doing. You said, "Okay, I'm not using my phone. What else I could do? I can, set up my closet. I can clean the bathroom. I can clean the dishes. I can vacuum. I can work more on ZÁY SHEEN." And that's how your day and you get the things done. And it satisfies you once you
exactly. Yeah, super satisfying. Um, and it could, yeah, just be getting smaller things done that are on your list. And we kind of I think the last recording we talked about laziness too,
Mhm.
like what's considered lazy, and I think, like, doing these small, like, relatively small things around the apartment
Yeah,
or
small steps.
yeah, that's definitely the opposite of lazy and will make you feel better too, like, "Oh, I accomplished these things. Great," you know?
Exactly.
Um, yeah.
So please go ahead. Now it's your turn.
Well,
How about
let me
that?
try and transition what we have been talking about into
Please.
the points.
Yes.
Um, so I mean, okay, we live in a city. Um, and I so okay, what I'm gonna say.
New York
Hopefully,
City.
yes.
Okay.
Hopefully you can cut out some of this mumbling, stumbling over my words that
Oh,
I'm
no, I
doing.
gotta go like this, raw.
Oh no. Okay. Well, hopefully people are patient enough to make it this far in the episode.
Yeah, outside of New York City audience for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Um, yeah, so the first discussion point that we have here is about yoga beyond the mat, and daily embodiment of yoga.
Right.
So I think that is one of I think the most important aspects of yoga because yes, you're doing the work, you're moving your body in order to feel more peace and calm and zen and all the things. But if you're going to leave a yoga class and then immediately start like yelling on the phone to someone or, it seems like undoing that work. And I
Yeah.
think, um, we're a very individualistic society in terms of like, okay, we take care of ourselves, we take care of our family. Like, I don't really care about what that person's doing over there. Um, and I think the real yoga comes in leading and living, like basically like leading from the heart and being compassionate, so that you're thinking outside of just yourself. And part of the energetics around mindfulness and holistic wellness and yoga is that it's about vibration too. So when you're at a more calm state, your vibration and your energy is different than if you're in an anxious state, if you're in an angry state. And so I think like that vibration, if it's, I mean, good or bad, expands out. And so it's really beautiful when you're in a good vibrational, like energetic state and you have an interaction with someone and you're positive, and then that lightens their mood, and, I think it's the ripple effect, really, like,
Right.
all of this, expands outwards, and for the most part, that is, like, how I try to live my life is the people that I interact with, I try to have, like, positive interactions, even if it's just, the guy at the bodega or the deli that works at the register. I'm, like, friendly. I try, to show appreciation, even in small ways. And I think it's really about the smaller moments and interactions that can make a difference, and you'll be surprised at how positive that can be, like, not just for the other person, but for you. Like, you feel good having those positive interactions, and little moments can surprise you. Um, so
That's right. That's why I think I said it earlier that maybe yoga place, it's a good place to networking because everybody's in a calm state and, thinking about the things, positive things.
that's what
So
you would
they're more
assume.
open. Oh, that's what I assume.
That's what you would
So
assume,
what's the
but
reality?
no, I mean, that can definitely be the reality, but I think
Okay.
everyone comes into a yoga studio with their own stuff, like,
Oh, okay.
they they can come from a stressful work day and just not wanna talk to anyone and just be like, "Okay, I'm here. I'm just centering myself. I
Yeah.
don't wanna talk to anyone. Like, let me just go here, and then I wanna go home and relax."
Makes
Or,
sense.
I think, yoga, like, workshops and retreats, I feel are
Yeah.
different. But in a yoga studio, yes, there is a baseline of, like, okay, we care about our bodies, we care about our overall wellness.
Yeah.
Um, but there's I don't know, I just think, like, everyone comes with their own stuff, their own
Oh,
baggage. And so, I've been in studios where nobody talks to me, like, nobody, that's next to me, like, at the yoga at the mat next to me. Like, we just don't interact, like, we do our practice and then we leave. Um, but that also
sounds
is partly, like, I think the work of the teacher or the leader of the class is to
yeah.
allow those moments for connection, whether it's just briefly at the beginning of class saying something like, "Turn to the person next to you and say hello," little things
Mm,
like that, where it's funny, but, like, as adults, we do need that sometimes because people are very in their head and in their own world,
yeah.
and you sometimes need somebody else to say, "Hey, the person next to you, like, they're here. Why don't you just say hi, introduce yourself?" Especially if you go to a class regularly, you're naturally gonna be seeing the same people,
Yeah.
um, and so, yeah, that's my
That's
spiel.
yeah, I mean, that's a different perspective, but you are right. I'm remembering my incidents before. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
What was your experience before?
To be honest, I believe I've never been into yoga class ever,
You've
but
never been to a yoga class?
no. I remember one time when I was in Thailand, I had a very great gym there. They have like, these types of events, but usually I'm at work at that time. So, but I joined once. It wasn't a yoga class, but it was more kind of stretching things,
Okay.
stretching body, and that was a good one. Yeah, people were their own. Nobody interacted much or so. Yeah.
Well, we gotta get you to one of my yoga classes or workshops sometime then.
I wanna try it. I mean, I've been hearing yoga for a long time now, like many years, but I tried to do it myself, and yeah, most of the times with you, maybe 2 or more times now, right? That we did it together, like, online.
Did we?
Yeah, the last time, the breathing, work that we did.
Oh, oh, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't consider that yoga. but
Oh,
it is
oh,
a
oh
part
yeah,
of
that was okay.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
So yeah, we can add it into our my bucket list. Let me know when you're
Yes.
doing next.
What?
Open for adults. I mean, open for males too.
Yeah, I mean, um, all of my classes have been open for males. It was more just a retreat.
Okay.
Um, but my next class that I'm teaching outside of the one tomorrow, which I'm assuming you can't go to, it's in Harlem at 11 a.m. Is the 26th, so actually a week from today in
Uh-huh.
the evening, 8 p.m. A virtual thing.
A virtual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually,
It's a
let me.
little late, but
No, no, that's good. I might be able to make it. If not, just send me the link. I'll share with my audience on Instagram.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
will do.
enjoy it. Uh,
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna write this down because
Yeah.
otherwise I
If
forget.
I can't, my audience will.
That's
They're the
nice.
back.
Thanks, audience, if you end up coming.
Hopefully.
Okay, let me see. Because I have there's an Eventbrite link. It's donation based, so
Wow.
um trying to make it accessible as well. Um okay. I will send that after we get off this call. This
Great.
recording. All right. So,
Okay.
do
What
do
else?
do. Okay, I feel like the next thing that I want how much time do we have left? I feel like we've been yapping away.
We can do it a little more. Yeah, people listening enjoying it. I hope.
Um The next thing that I wanna move to actually is movement as resistance to a fast-paced consumer culture.
Whoa. Explain that.
Yeah. So, as we know, and as we've kind of touched on already, we
Okay.
live in a fast-paced world. We're stressed about things, money, primarily, most likely, potentially. Um, and I think the ways to combat that is mindfulness and mindful movement and various practices that you can do to slow down not just the body potentially, but also the mind.
Hmm.
So I think it can be very easy to get overwhelmed and overstimulated, especially in such a large city like New York. Like literally, I my nervous system couldn't take it a little bit yesterday. I went on the train and there was a guy yelling, and I was like, "Yo."
Ah,
I was like, "Yo," I was so chill. And now, anyways, um,
that's entertainment.
no, this guy was just angry and yelling. And it was at a time of day when there weren't very many people on the train, and I happened to sit at a place where I was, like, directly in
Well,
his line of
okay.
sight, so he was just being aggressive towards me, and I'm just like,
Oh, really?
"Yes."
Oh, okay. Just like that, or there was a reason
I
you
think it
thought
was because
that?
I was looking at so one, I looked at him in the eyes, and then
That's what happened with me one time.
one, I looked at him in the eyes, and then two, there was a woman seated to my left with her daughter, and the daughter was, like, trying to sleep on her, and she was getting woken up by this man yelling. Well, he started just, like, singing loudly to whatever he was listening to on his headphones, and so I kinda, like, made a face at her, being like, "You see what" and he was like that's
Yeah,
when he
so
kind of
so my thing, yeah, I'll cut you. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you. But
that's
my thing is, whenever I meet people or see people, I look into their eyes and I smile. And I learned it the hard way that you don't have to do that in New York City.
honestly, you probably shouldn't, to be
So
honest.
I was like, wherever I go, I look. I mean, if I'm not like looking at the people's like this, but
Yeah.
whenever I see people, walking by or so, I am hello, and they're like, no, never do that. Not recommended.
No.
I mean,
No.
it's not very often, but just be careful. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that was a whole side
I'm sorry
tangent.
about that.
No, I mean, that's the thing too, is like sometimes I forget I need to, before I leave the apartment, put on a little layer of armor energetically to protect myself and be like this, like you see me now, like la la la, happy, in a good mood, but when I go outside, this the
That's right.
face. This the
Yeah.
face. I can look, I have a resting bitch face I can put on very easily. So, um, anyways, what point we were trying to get to was
I
that,
can't remember.
what?
No, you go, please.
Um, the point is about slowing down,
Oh, yeah.
um, and using that as a form of resistance. And I will add on to that rest.
Hmm.
Resting is a form of resistance, and I think a lot of people can feel guilty about resting and taking time for themselves, whether that is in a wellness practice way or not. Um, but resting is super important.
I got 3 hours of sleep last night,
No!
and my
Why?
recovery is 10%.
You're what?
My recovery, body
I don't
recovery.
even know what that means. What is
So,
this?
you see that 10%? That's the body recovery.
But recovering from what?
Recovering from, just tiredness or whatever it is.
Why? Tell me why. Let's
Why?
break it down.
So I was working last night and on the
On
computer,
Zayshin?
yeah, on ZSheen, and went to the bed late, and then I woke up for fast, and
Um,
then I didn't go to the bed.
so you have to wake up during Ramadan, you have to wake up in the night?
So before sunrise, so like five in the morning, you eat, and that's it. In the next half an hour or so,
Okay, so you had to wake up early to be able to eat. Okay, I see. So Ramadan goes on for how long?
29 or 30 days.
Right. So I'm not telling you what to do, but I feel like you should probably, especially during this time, prioritize going to sleep earlier.
Okay, let me ask you this, Tanya. Whenever I get sleep between 4 to 6 hours, and I wake up, of course, it feels bad whenever I wake up. But
What do you
after
mean?
bad means I should be sleeping or I feel too tired or so. But after like 5 or 10 minutes, I feel so active. I feel like I had a good sleep. I'm great. But whenever I have sleep more than 8 hours or 7 to 8 hours or 6 to 8 hours, I feel so tired even after waking up.
I mean, maybe your body just needs less sleep. I mean, they
Huh.
say 6 to 8 hours, but I think for women it's more, and for men it might be less in
Huh.
terms of just like the functioning of the body. I don't know what type of studies have been made officially, but I think that's just how I feel and kind of what I've heard through the grapevine a little bit. Um, so yeah, and from my experience, with my partner, I feel like he functions pretty well on relatively less hours of sleep, but he also is a napper, so he'll nap. Um,
That's cool.
yeah, but, yeah, I think also, like, for men initially in the day, like, I think they say, like, testosterone spikes early, so then
Mhm.
you have that energy, and then, like, it's about, I don't know, it goes down over the course of the day. So,
By the
um
sundown, we down.
what?
By the sundown, we down.
I mean, that makes sense. We're mammals, like, that's how we should be in an ideal world, like, yeah, winding down the body and the mind in the evening.
Yeah.
So if you're waking up before sunrise and you feel energized and you want to stay awake, cool, do that. But then also understand that there's going to be a time, and you tell me, like, is there a time of day when you do start to feel tired and you just like push past it?
Uh, Probably around 5 or so. I feel like, get a little sleep, but I can't because I'm outside, and
Right.
it feels like
Right.
that.
And I mean, the sunset has been around before 6 p.m., right? Like 5:30, 5:40. So
Mhm.
that also makes sense. Um, so yeah, I mean, think about it, but I feel if you can um give yourself time to go to bed earlier than usual, um, you can factor in 6 hours of sleep. If you know that's like an amount of time that works well for you. And then um, that way you can wake up earlier and feel rested.
Right.
Um,
Go by the
okay.
nature's law.
What?
Go by the nature's law. It
Yes. Yeah.
right.
Um, can I ask you a couple questions?
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So I have some questions for you. How do you think mindfulness or holistic wellness relates to the sustainability sphere?
Great question. Sustainability of our lifestyle or the planet?
The planet. I mean, I feel like your other episodes are
Mhm.
around more sustainability, right?
Yeah, more sustainability driven.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, to that type of sustainability.
Right, but I do believe that, sustainability is a part of everything we do. But yeah, I think the mindfulness naturally leads to sustainability because when you're more aware of yourself, first of all, you're also more aware of your impact. So, how you consume, how you move, and how you live. So that's how I see, the mindfulness and sustainability.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
That was a great answer.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I'm
Um,
so nervous whenever somebody asks me questions.
oh, but you did great. No,
Oh,
that was a
thank you.
very succinct, to the point answer. Um, and my second question, there's
Please.
just two, so don't worry.
Just two? Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be quick. Yeah. I don't want
yeah.
to give long answers.
What do you think are some ways that activists and those in the sustainability realm can better take care of themselves?
Themselves.
Mhm. 'Cause I would assume are very concerned with the environment, the planet, what animals, different things.
You
Um,
are you are 100% correct.
mhm.
I believe the biggest thing is, after speaking to so many individuals, activists, and people all across the globe with different cultures, languages, and all that, I came to the point where I believe that the biggest thing is remembering that caring for the planet starts with caring for yourself. Because if you don't feel good in yourself, the outer world not going to be any better. And of course, you can't be feeling perfect always inside because a lot of things going on. Your mother said something, maybe your spouse said something, your kids, your siblings. It can be perfect, goes. So, so rest boundaries and slowing down are the part of the work too. Just slow down, think about the things, and take actions. I'm saying this. I should be doing this too, but a lot of times I don't do it. I just keep going, kept going, and I finish it one task, I move on the other. But sometimes we have to slow down, think about, okay, we have completed this. What's next? Okay, let's have a small break, rest our minds, and start the next. And but yeah, yourself comes first, then the planet or sustainability overall outside.
Yeah, exactly. And one word that stood out to me that you said was boundaries. I feel like that's also super important and something that needs to be explicitly stated sometimes is like figuring out and knowing what your boundaries are and being okay with asserting your boundaries because sometimes you do need to assert your boundaries with your time and your energy.
Exactly.
Otherwise you're going to feel depleted. And so that for me involves like checking in with myself and
Yeah.
understanding what I have capacity for.
So I wanted to add into it a little bit. A long time ago, I saw a reel on Instagram, which he was explaining that you should take vitamin N every day. And what
What
is vitamin N? It says vitamin no.
Oh, I thought that's what you would say. Okay. I was like, "What? Okay."
So vitamin no, say no to the things that keep, draining you and not giving you anything back or things like that. Um, I try to do so, but it is in my nature, but that I can't say no most of the
Can
time.
cannot or can?
Cannot cannot say
Uh,
no.
mm.
Of course, all I mean, the people I have, I'm very glad all people are great. If they're asking me to do something or they're telling me to do something, they always give, good advice. Maybe that's a good thing. So, I can't naturally say no, but also it's not a part of me to say no. So I just keep doing the things. And sometimes it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm learning phrase. I'm in the learning phase to see how I can balance those things or how I
yeah,
can hold the boundaries.
yeah, and I think it's also figuring out different ways to say no, right? Like, you don't have to s
Yeah, right.
right, like,
That's
there's a
what I
nice
struggle
way.
with.
What?
That's I struggle the most with because I don't know which way if I want to say no, what tactic I should use to say no that the other guy or the person doesn't feel bad or they think like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't care.
Yeah, I can give you a little example. It's not necessarily saying no, but it's
Okay.
understanding my capacity and kind of
Yeah.
shifting a little
Please.
bit. So I have two girlfriends of mine, and we hung out recently,
Uh-huh.
and we have plans on Friday. And so we were talking about these plans. It's in Manhattan. And then one of them was like, or I said something around like, "Oh, I have stuff at my apartment to make vision boards, and,
Uh-huh.
like, I need to do that." And also, like, I basically, like, saying that I have the supplies, and then one of the friends was saying, "Oh, well, maybe after we see each other in Manhattan, like, we could just go to your place and we could do that together." And initially, I was like, "Yeah, cool, sure." And then I sat with it for, like, less than 24 hours, and I thought, "Okay, I feel like after doing this thing together, I don't know if I want people in my space." And also, for me sometimes, like, with particular people that come over to my apartment, it's difficult for me to get them to leave.
Oh, what
And
do you
that's
mean? What interesting things you have in your apartment?
No, it's not about that. It's just, like, I feel like my apartment is very chill and comfortable and,
Okay.
I like, my friends and I talk a lot, so, like, things can and we go off on different tangents and do different things, and then time just passes, and then it's like, oh, I actually had X, Y, and Z I should have been doing, but now I just spent like 3 4 hours with this person, and it's, you know, now how do I ask them to leave, right?
Right.
um which is another thing, but anyways, so the point is, I put in our group chat, I said, I'm not sure how I'm gonna like whether I'm gonna have enough energy to really host people after this thing. Why don't we go and get tea together near where we're gonna be meeting instead?
Yeah.
And that was it. I just said, I didn't say like, don't come over to my house. I didn't say like all the other thoughts that I
You
had,
found the
which
best,
was,
the alternate of it.
yeah, I said what I felt I would have capacity for, which
Mm,
is doing something closer to where we'll be.
yeah.
It's tea, it's not like a 5-course meal, and then I knew that it'd be an opportunity for all of us to, like, part ways. So, yeah, and that was super well received. So, that's just a recent example of me understanding and thinking through, like, how things would go if people
Mhm.
come over to my house and how that would affect my energy and whether I would have the energy to. Because when people come over, I automatically, like, play host in the sense where I'm like, "What do you need? Do you need
Oh,
this?"
yeah,
It's
for
you
sure.
know, so yeah,
Hospitality thing.
yeah. So that is an example.
That is a very good one.
Thank you. So I think it's also about how you word things, and also just being transparent with people sometimes. You could, like, I literally said, I don't know what my energetic capacity is gonna be. I don't know if I'll have the energy to host.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. I would have to work on this, but I do know some of the tricks too, but I don't know. I just say okay, go with the flow.
Well, I think part of it is also, I mean, it depends on how in what medium of communication people ask you for things.
Right.
But I think part of it is also, like, sitting with that question, whatever they're asking of you, and not responding immediately with yes. So you
Yeah.
can,
I
and if go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
Like, for example, if I'm talking to someone and they say, "Oh, like, can you do this for me tomorrow?" I could say something like, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." I don't know. Something like, yeah.
That is also one of the reasons I'm not using my cell phone at house. I just say, "Oh, my cell phone was at the door. I didn't have the time to check." And the time passes.
But what if people need to contact you?
Good question.
If it's an emergency. Anyways,
Yeah,
alright.
we'll
I feel
figure.
like we're at our time.
Oh, yeah, but no, I loved it. I mean, this time we did a lot better than the last time. I mean, last time was great too, but, we're
I
evolving.
Yeah, I feel like this felt more informal in the sense of the flow, which is
Right.
what I think you want for these types of
I'm
conversations.
happy and thank you for making it like this.
Oh, yeah, happy to.
Yes.
Um, so before we get off, I also want to let people know,
Yes.
a little bit. I mean, hopefully they know a little bit about me now if they watched the prior episode. But if you didn't watch the prior episode, yes, my name is Tanya. I go by Holistic Tanya, holistic with a W, holistic_Tanya on Instagram and TikTok. I have a YouTube channel, Holistic Tanya, where I'm posting a little bit more like longer form content, some yoga classes for free. And I am based in the South Bronx in New York City. I teach yoga virtually and in person, do workshops. and retreats. I have a retreat in July that I'm co-leading in Costa Rica, and we'll have a workshop coming up next weekend. I don't know if this episode is going to come out before then, probably not. But yeah, if you want to learn more about me, please go to any of my social medias. My website, holistictania.com, has everything there as well. And yeah, would love to connect with the ZAY SHEEN community. And yeah, just looking forward to it.
Happy so. It is our pleasure, Tanya, for having you at the Zation Webisode, especially in the After Hours series. And I'm so happy to have you. And yeah, maybe I should be cutting this part and putting in the front, so people
There we
would
go.
know.
Yeah, it's your thing. So do that. Yeah.
I'll see what looks like, but it looks fine too. But yeah, all the links that Tanya has mentioned, please check into the description. You can find there all the information, and also yeah, share it with me too. For the link that I could share on my story as for now.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it was a pleasure. And yeah, we're doing the episode 3 too, right? Coming soon.
Yep. Yep. We're recording next week. The theme, just so in case people are excited and want to hear the next theme,
Okay, yeah.
nourishing. The theme is nourishing the body, mind, and planet. So we're
Wow.
going to talk a little bit about food, sustainability, getting in touch with nature, more holistic wellness. So yeah, stay tuned. And thanks if you watched this far. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, a
Uh,
good long half an hour.
I don't know how you're gonna cut this up. We'll see. I'm very
No, I
curious.
don't think I'm gonna be cutting this.
Oh
It
no. So
is
it's
what it is,
all right. Well,
right?
if people did make it this far, gold
You
star to
great.
you.
The GOAT. You are the GOAT.
The goat, yes.
The GOAT. Okay, thank you very much again. We're done, right? Or we have something else? Oh, we're
I'm
good?
done. I'm done speaking.
Okay. That's enough. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us here on the Zeshin After Hours, and I'll see you guys with the next one. Bye bye.